victims in Cali. Where did the $100 million go from the fire rate show? Bunch of random charities that Newscom knows. A federal investigation sounds outstanding. Newscom wants to use LA for low-income housing. Get Newscom out of Cali. Where did the money go for the fire victims in Cali? Where did the $100 million go from the fire rate show? Bunch of random charities that Newscom knows. A federal investigation sounds outstanding. Newscom wants to use LA for low-income housing. Get Newscom out of Cali. Where did the money go from the fire rate show? Bunch of random charities that Newscom knows. A federal investigation sounds outstanding. Newscom wants to use LA for low-income housing. Get Newscom
quit with that and let's start talking about constructive issues. How are we going to get to the bottom of the problem? A lot of these folks we could have taken out of jails, our partners at ICE, ERO, they can do a fantastic job if they were allowed access to those jails to take those child rapists and those convicted drunk drivers, aggravated felons, and many others out of the jail before they can ever hurt someone in the community. But yet, these folks are released back onto the street to hurt members of the community. So let's talk about that.
DNA fragments. I mean, what is the implication of that if that's happening?
It's scary. What's been discovered now, 4 studies have indicated SV40, simian virus 40, the origin of insertion, the promoter enhancer. These are known cancer-promoting DNA segments. Of DNA, they are found in the COVID-19 vaccines, found in both Pfizer and Moderna, above levels of safety concern. So there should be an immediate inspection. I mean, all governments should be concerned about this. If people took the vaccines and then a cancer emerged later on, one would piece this together and say, oh my Lord, we were giving out contaminated vaccines. At least the public health officials would come to that revelation.
In Cali. Where did the $100 million go from the fire rate show? Bunch of random charities that Newscom knows. A federal investigation sounds outstanding. Newscom wants to use LA for low-income housing. Get Newscom out of Cali. Where did the money go for the fire victims in Cali? Where did
from the high-speed
go from the fire rate show? Bunch of random charities that Newscom knows. A federal investigation sounds outstanding. Newscom wants to use LA for low-income
and then the $40 billion that went to affordable housing. And then the other $5 billion for the water storage. And then last, he's gonna go look for the $500 million, okay, to stop the flow of sewage coming from Mexico.
When is this man going to be stopped? I feel terrible for Californians and Angelinos, not only the ones that suffered through the Palisade destruction, but everybody that has been victim to his sleazy salesman tricks. That's what he does. He has brought California to the worst point it's ever been in its history. He can't even answer where the money went. How do you allocate hundreds of millions and billions of dollars and don't know where it went? Yes, you know exactly what
of the Chinese government spying on us. But yet the very threat they're talking about are part of funding their campaigns. The hypocrisy of the leaning liberals have no boundaries. Newscom, Karen Bass, and all the other Democrats, we know you guys are corrupt pieces of shit that don't care about Americans. And I'm so glad people like Spencer Pratt are calling you guys out and calling out that you guys are stealing the money from fire victims. The only way we're gonna be able to clean up California is we gotta get these Democrats out of office. Karen Bass corrupts Karen Bass. As you guys know, there's just so much controversy.
Tell us what the fuck is going on in California. Our housing and electricity costs double the national average. Our gas utility rates are 50% above the national average. We are a top 8 oil-producing state, yet have the highest gas prices in the country. We are 11% of the population of the United States, yet have 24% of the homeless. Proposition 1, passed in 2014, was passed so we'd build more reservoirs. Over 10 years later, not a single reservoir has been complete. It takes an average of 4.7 years to get through environmental review to do prescribed burns to prevent wildfires. Our government runs on mainframes from the 1980s. We have the highest small business renewal fees in the country. We recently spent $24 billion on the homelessness problem. Our leaders cannot tell us how that money was spent. In 2021, our population went down for the first time in our history. From 2019 to 2024, our budget grew 60%. So you feel 60% better off. A French train company working on our failing high-speed rail project recently left for North Africa because their politics are, and I quote, less politically dysfunctional than ours.
Now, just get ranking in kickbacks. They try to take down my song about Big Pharma, but I'm dropping it anyway.
They try to take dumpster fire policies, and he thinks he's going to go run the country? Like what? So back in January, we have the Palisades fires. Shortly thereafter, they organized the Fire Aid concert that raises over $100 million. That money was supposed to go directly to fire victims. Almost 8 months later, no money has went directly to the fire victims. And in fact, where it went, according to this article, is it went to the shadowy nonprofit in Pennsylvania, of all places, called the Annberg Foundation, whose annual expenditures are only 33% associated with actual charitable work. Then the Annberg Foundation funnels the money back to nonprofits, one of which being Cal Volunteers, which it's California Volunteers. I was on the website yesterday because I was writing an article for joehoff.com. Spencer Pratt has screen recordings of this website. I have a screenshot of it. I clicked on the link on this screenshot that says Cal Volunteers. It took me to California Volunteers, which is Gavin Newsom's nonprofit, which his wife.
I want you guys to understand. You're basically saying you refuse to follow the law, but no one's above the law. But you have to follow the law. You have to pay these taxes. You're not represented by anybody. Oh, and you're in California. So guess what? We care about non-citizens, because if we just cater to them, then we don't have to govern. And then we can just steal all of your rights and then call you a racist and act like you're the problem. And you guys keep this playbook going. You've been busted. You've been exposed. You act like we're going to let this go. You want to pretend that you're a candidate? Gavin, you're a candidate for what jail you're in, and if you even get to jail, and if you're allowed to be in jail because you're a traitor, terrorist. When's the last time you followed the law for a whole day? Yeah, you can't follow the law.
In Cali, where did the $100 million go from the Fire Aid show? Bunch of random charities bet Newscom knows. A federal investigation sounds outstanding. Newscom wants to use LA for low-income housing. Get Newscom out of Cali. Where did the money go for the fire victims in Cali? Where did the $100 million go from the Fire Aid show? Bunch of random charities bet Newscom knows. A federal investigation sounds outstanding. Newscom wants to use LA for low-income housing. Get Newscom out of Cali. Where did